Hello everyone, I'm Elizabeth Shaw and this channel is all about the narcissistic personality disorder to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with in your life, what's happened to you, how to handle them if you can't go no contact, how to do no contact correctly, and most importantly, ways to recover from narcissistic abuse. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers. I hope you're finding the videos valuable and turning your life around into a much happier, much more joyful life. If you are new to the channel and you find the information helpful, please do subscribe and hit the bell if you want notifications. Videos are released weekly. This video is about who you actually become with a narcissist and who you have to be around a narcissist, and that it's no way to live your life. There is a far better way to live your life, and how to get you back after narcissistic abuse. When the narcissist comes back with all the false apologies, promises of change, due to the trauma bond, when they offer that intermittent idolization stage and begin to play nice, because you have empathy and care for those in your life, you're a good-hearted person that forgives others and wants to help them change. A lot of people take back a narcissist in the hope of the original dreams becoming a reality. It takes an average of 7 attempts to leave this kind of relationship. So some make it out in 1 or 2, some it takes a little while longer. We are all individuals. Because the narcissist rewrites history on you, lays all the blame on you, you question your reality, believing it was you, and give them another chance. So here's something to remind yourself of reality. Yes, it's hard to start walking away from toxic people. However, if you feel like this around anyone in your life, it's time to walk away, time to stop helping them, and it's time to start helping you. Here's how most people find themselves in an intimate relationship with a narcissist and around other narcissistic people, and why it's just a traumatic, painful experience throughout, and how you end up behaving around a narcissistic person. A narcissist will stay around as long as you never expose them. They will keep coming back weeks, months or years later while you let them, and it suits and meets a need of their own. So you must be able to provide them with constant praise, attention, caring, kindness, generous gifts, and always support them emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially. And you'll find that they do not support you. You must be able to deny yourself of all life's pleasures and hand them all over to the narcissist happily, making their life as exciting, interesting, and as fulfilling as possible, while you slowly lose the happiness and joy within your life. You must be able to live without true intimacy, true communication, true love, true honesty or trust. You must be okay with being cheated on time and time again, lied to and manipulated constantly while they accuse you of cheating on them. You can live with the hope of improvement or change, yet this is only ever temporary. And you must get used to the fact that no matter how hard you try, it always cycles to them hurting you, yet they will blame you for doing it. Or that if you hadn't, I wouldn't, or you're insecure. You must never have an opinion, desire, want or need of your own or that differs from the narcissist. To the narcissist, this is selfish behaviour and not acceptable or tolerated. You must allow yourself to be devalued and discarded for being weak and not having the guts to stand up for yourself. Or, if you are strong and try to stand up for yourself, you must allow yourself to be devalued and discarded, because with a narcissist, you will not win. The only way you will win is by walking away, leaving them in the past, and moving on to your future. You will live without security, without self-esteem, without peace, or without any comfort. You will live with secrets, lies, betrayals, false truths, slander, or any manipulative action the narcissist chooses to impose on you. You will live without boundaries, or any other self-respecting goals or aspirations that you have of your own. To the narcissist, these are a game to be broken down and become null and void. You will end up living your life knowing that the person who you are giving everything to will never be there for you mentally, physically, spiritually, or financially. If you are diagnosed with an illness or have an accident, you are on your own while the narcissist is out enjoying attention and praise from other people until you can attend to their needs again. Even then, they'll still be going around getting attention from others. You will also be made to feel guilty and feel genuinely sorry that your illness or injury has caused a massive inconvenience for the narcissist. How dare you not be able to serve them? You will be treated as completely worthless. Also, you have to accept that you will be the one to have caused all this drama. Within the narcissist's eyes, it will be all your fault. You will have co-workers, friends, family members removed from your life until you are isolated from all support and only have the narcissist to go to. You will have to be happy to agree to give up your career or your job should it interfere with your ability to be able to take care of all the narcissist's needs. You will live without love, respect, affection, or attention from your children because they also live to serve the narcissist. They are also programmed to meet the narcissist's needs. They see no value in you because you don't see any value in yourself because that's slowly being taken away from you, or because they've been conditioned by the narcissist to believe that you are worthless and not worthy of such things, with more manipulation and mind games. You must be willing to wake up one day to discover the narcissist has left you without understanding why they've left, where they went, who they are with, or when they will be back, until they return days, weeks, months later, like nothing ever happened. And sometimes it can be years and they can return. When they return, you must be willing not to ask too many questions. Do not speak of your feelings. Do not try to engage them in any serious conversation at all. Simply resume your position of loving for them, caring for them, being kind to them, making sure they feel wonderful about themselves, no matter how confused and hurt you feel. To them, your feelings are not important. You must be willing to always be wrong. Take the full blame. Apologise and beg for forgiveness for everything the narcissist imagines, and they do imagine an awful lot, that you did to hurt them. Whether you really did it or not, to them is irrelevant. Most often, it's them who hurt you, but it's unacceptable for you to think this way to a narcissist. So you must apologise for not stopping them for making the wrong decision, and their lousy choices in life is all your fault. To the narcissist, that is what they believe. It is your fault and it's not their doing. You must never offer advice or suggestions that might prevent your narcissist from making the wrong decision. Because to them, even if you mean this in a good way, this is criticism and you will be punished severely for any criticism. You will get the silent treatment, you will get attacked on personal levels, or your insecurities will be used against you, and it will cut you to the absolute core. You will be belittled, called names, falsely accused of things that you may or may not have ever done. You must be willing when they come back to be perfect towards them in every way. If you fail, you will be punished, and you will need to apologise and apologise again. Beg them for forgiveness, beg them for mercy, for everything that they actually did to you. Accept full responsibility for their actions and yours. Beg to be forgiven for everything that they've done. There are no exceptions. You must always take 100% of the responsibility for how they feel. Do not cry in front of them. Do not show any sadness. Do not show any emotion that might challenge the narcissist's self-esteem. Do not express any emotion other than happiness that they have come back to you. It doesn't matter that the narcissist behaviour is killing you. You cannot show this to them. That is a huge mistake, as a narcissist senses that you are unhappy in the relationship, and in their minds this forces them to leave you again, to go find someone else who is more positive and superior to you, to go and find someone who basically can't see through their bullshit anymore. Someone who won't ask questions, won't feel emotions, doesn't feel hurt or abandoned. Someone who will listen to their stories of how horrible you have treated them and be willing to give them what you can't or won't, because you've realised what a toxic person they are. You must be willing to be abandoned and left with no resources to take care of yourself or to take care of your children, and you will not be given any explanation. You must be willing to put your entire life on pause at any given moment without warning, and be prepared to wait patiently until the narcissist becomes bored, or the new person sees through them, sees what they're up to, or the new person displays feelings of unhappiness and becomes worthless to the narcissist, and then they will come back to you. You must be willing to be patient and wait. Do not feel sad, do not cry, do not react negatively. Stay positive, and they will cycle back round to you if they feel like you can meet a need of theirs at that time. You must be willing to allow this in and out behaviour to happen multiple times and never tire of it. And you must never see it as an issue. You must be willing to embrace the revolving door of the narcissist doing what they want, when they want, without a care to how it makes those around them feel. You must be willing to appreciate the uncertainties, the anxieties, the insecurities of them leaving you for someone better. They're not better. They're just someone who can't see the narcissist manipulation, and leaving you for someone better anytime they feel bored with themselves, with their life, or feeling like they're not getting their needs met. You then have to be grateful, thankful, and appreciate that you are special enough to the narcissist for them to return to you whenever they choose. You have to be satisfied with being either weak enough to tolerate their abuse, yet strong enough to keep yourself from going completely insane from all the insanity of your day-to-day life with the narcissist, who will confirm in your mind that it's you. It is not you. Abuse is abuse. No one deserves to be abused. But they will say that you're crazy, that you need help, that you're depressed. And you don't recognise that it's actually the person you're surrounding yourself with that's sending you that way. You must do as the narcissist says, without faking it, meeting all their expectations, even though you don't fully know what their expectations are, because they don't actually communicate their wants or needs to you. And if they do, it's often a fantasy made up in their own head, either by watching porn, the envy of friends, the envy of their boss or family members, and it changes weekly, daily, hourly. Yet you are expected to know what they want. And in their eyes, if you really love them, you will know what they want and need at all times without them having to tell you. And you should be more than willing to provide it to them happily, even though they give you nothing back in return. You will need to be willing to live every day of your life with the truth that the person who you love so unconditionally, so intensely, is not capable of loving you, respecting you, or caring for you at all. Not even with all their expectations being met, no matter what you do with a narcissist, as they haven't got that internal happiness. They're always looking for external happiness. And to be genuinely, truly happy, you have to find that happiness within. You need to be willing to accept the fact that the harder you try to please them, the more they will destroy you. You have to be willing to have your bank accounts emptied, loans taken out, your home and your cars repossessed, resulting in you sleeping on friends' sofas, on the streets, in accommodation from protective services, while they are most often sleeping in someone else's warm, comfortable bed, ready to do it all to them. You end up becoming a shell of a human being, void of any feelings, emotions, loss of self-identity. Happiness and joy is just slowly removed from your life. Any wants or desires you have are completely removed, and you end up denying yourself of basic human needs. When you get out, you will be smeared to all those around you, and they will tell those around you everything they did to you, you did to them. When they see you truly happy again, most of them will come back just to try and destroy you all over again. It's not easy breaking free from a relationship with a narcissist. However, it is possible. Retraining your subconscious, how your subconscious mind thinks, with your conscious will help you move on with your life. Half the time in your life, we are in a default mode, and after the narcissist, they might be in your head all the time. According to science, you have a default mode and a direct mode. The default mode is when you're on autopilot, going about your day-to-day business, doing what needs to be done, thoughts popping into your head, random thoughts, whether you want them or not, just popping into your head that have usually been conditioned into you either by yourself or by other people, those around you, over a long period of time. The direct mode is when you consciously think about something on purpose, make yourself get up and do something. Resetting your mindset is a process, and because of those limiting beliefs and negative thoughts that have been built upon over a prolonged period of time around a narcissist, you will have been running on a negative default mode. They have coded your brain over a long period, and if you don't reprogram it, you often hit repeat. Just because someone in your past trained you to think this way, or they did so many bad things to you, your mind is now trained to always assume and predict the worst. It doesn't mean you have to spend your rest of your life this way. Their If you need extra help, there is therapists. Just make sure you get ones that understand NPD so that they can help you. There is EMDR treatment. There is so many treatments out there available to overcome narcissistic abuse. If you need extra support, just find the one that suits you. The same as listening to YouTube videos, reading articles. Find the ones that resonate with you, that help you. And sometimes you can hear something one day and it just doesn't feel right. And another day, you get those light bulb moments and you can pick it up and start working on it. If you allow your default mindset to continue thinking, why me? What else could go wrong? I can't do this. I'm not happy. I'm a loser. I'm not worthy. I'll never be good enough. No one will love me. No one cares about me. I'm a failure. There's nothing I can do about the situation I'm in right now. Life gets and will become harder and harder. The problem is, these thoughts are valid within our mind. These thoughts have gone into our default mode and they should not be there. They are negative beliefs that hold us back. You can change this default mode of negative thoughts into positive ones. In life, bad things happen. That's life. Life can be cruel. And I know that's not helpful, but it's true. It can be draining and it can be hard. And I've lived a narcissistic relationship, and I do not deny at all that you've experienced some of the cruelest times in your life and some of the most painful times in your life, especially around narcissistic people. We do need a default mode for certain things we go about doing in our day-to-day. Our default mode is used for things like walking, picking up a pencil, brushing our teeth. We do need that default mode, so we don't have to consciously think about the simple tasks, so that we can just get up and do them. You know all too well that you need to make changes in your life. You want to make changes in your life. But then when you start to think about change, you can stop yourself and start worrying about all the things that could possibly go wrong and go back to default mode. So you need to start asking yourself questions like, how well is my thought process serving me now? How well is my default mode working for me right now? Are the things within my life getting any better? Is there anything I can do to improve on my life? So you can carry on how you are and change nothing, or you have the power, you have the strength, you have the control to change how you think, and you can change everything. You've just got to work at it and believe in yourself, because you can do it. People have done it before you, and you can do it too. When you change how you feel, you will make significant changes in your life. When you change how you see things or think about things, the things you see or think about change. Like when you learn to ride a bike, it takes time to learn to balance, to pedal, and to drive yourself forward. It takes practice. You might fall off a few times and hurt yourself along the way, but you get back up and you go again until you can do it. Learning to swim, thinking about the movements, the strokes, where your legs are going, where your arms are going through the water and learning that technique. It takes time and practice until one day you can just do it. If you naturally kick a ball with your right foot, you go on autopilot. You use that default mode to do it. If you're naturally right-handed, you automatically pick the pen up with your right hand, go on autopilot and start writing. Yet you can make yourself kick that ball with your left foot. You can make yourself pick that pen up with your left hand and begin to write. You can make yourself pick that bicycle back up, get back on and go again. You can make your arms and legs work together how they should through the water to swim using a stroke that is comfortable and for you. You have to deliberately direct your thoughts to kick that ball with the other foot, to lift that pen with the other hand that you don't usually, and then practice. You will feel uncomfortable when you start. If you try it, if you're not dexterous, if that's the right word. If you sit and try it now, and you're right-handed, write with your right hand, and then try with your left hand, it will feel uncomfortable. It will feel unnatural. It will look messy, and it will look sloppy, and it will be difficult to read it. And the same if you like to kick a football. If you go out there and kick it with a foot that you don't usually use, it's not going to go as far as it normally does because it's new, you're learning. And this is exactly the same as making yourself think about things in a more positive way. It will feel strange. It will feel uncomfortable. It will feel unnatural. It's going to get messy in the middle. You need to be optimistic, and you need to support your own thoughts. You need to think positive. You need to think things are possible, and then you need to work on it. And if you're struggling with things, try and find someone that has done it before you so that you can see it's possible. Try and find something where you've done it in the past, something you've achieved in the past to prove to yourself that it is possible. It's going to be a process that takes time, and we all have setbacks along the way when we don't see significant change straight away. But we have to keep going, keep changing, keep learning, and keep growing. So you can choose to either carry on with the default mode, or you can deliberately choose what you want to think about. Being a deliberate thinker is a skill set. And just like any other skill set in life, just like learning to swim, learning to ride that bike, learning to walk, learning to kick that football, learning to talk, learning to write with the hand you don't usually write with, it's a skill, and you have to practice and keep on practicing until you can master it for you. And it's your life. With good intentions, there's no wrong way or right way to live your life. So it's finding the methods that work for you and losing the methods that work against you. You can do it. Anything is possible that you want to put your mind to. And the autopilot is excellent on the right things. But if you've been around a narcissistic person in your life, you will know it's horrible on the wrong things. When we change how we think, we change our life. And if we change how we think for the better, we change our life for the better. Whatever it is that's stopping you right now, whatever your limiting beliefs are, write them down. However that person made you feel, any setbacks that you've had. So if they've programmed you and you are now feeling like, I'm not good enough, I cannot trust everyone, it's just too hard, I've got nowhere to go, my heart's had enough, I don't know how to start rebuilding my life. Whatever they are, whatever's programmed into your default mode, you need to sit down and write them all down. And then you need to look at them and ask yourself, what have these beliefs cost you in your past? And then write down what they are costing you in your life. And if you don't change them, what will they cost you in your future? So things like, I cannot trust anyone. You may have been isolated, or you may be isolating yourself. And is that bringing you true happiness? Is that bringing you inner peace? Do you want to be alone for the rest of your life? And there's nothing wrong if you do, it's your life. And then writing that I need to learn to trust myself, listen to my instincts. Now you know how the default mindset is affecting your day-to-day. You need to do a reset of it. Every time old limiting beliefs come into your mind, catch that negative default mindset. Take control back of your mind. Your mind is the most incredible, powerful thing. And then deliberately direct a good thought into your mind. You need to reset your mindset to take back control of your mind, your thinking, and your own life. You no longer have to live your life with the past. The past can be left in the past, and you can start using your present to retrain how you want to think, to set yourself free, and to recreate your future recreate, to start creating your future to work for you. So no more, no one will ever love me. Now it needs to be things like the right people will always love me. In fact, it's always best to start off with, I love me for me. Being who you want to be, how you want to live your life. You've got a good heart. As long as your heart's in the right place, you can't really do any wrong. We all make mistakes. It's a part of life. It's how we learn. No more, I don't even know where to start. Now I'm going to take small daily steps each and every day, slowly but surely turning my life around. I'm going to find where to start. I will find where I need to start, and then I need to start here, and then actioning it and doing it. And you'll pick up that momentum. No more, I'm not good enough. Everybody is good enough. Now it's, I'm good enough for me, and the right people will understand me. No more, I don't trust anyone. Now it's, I trust my instincts. Albert Einstein's quote, the significant problems we face cannot be solved at the same level of thinking we were at when we created them. So it might sound incredibly difficult, but once you start taking back control of your mind, your thoughts, your feelings, taking back control of your emotions, handling all your emotions the right way, life will get so much better for you. And bad things will happen. That is, hard times happen. That's a part of life. But you will know how to handle them with ease and with dignity, and be able to understand that it's a moment and you can move past it and create better things for you. I shall add a video in the links on how to handle your emotions, and a video on signs that you are dealing with a narcissist. But whether you're dealing with a narcissist or not, abuse is abuse, mentally or physically or both, and you don't deserve that kind of treatment. You also deserve to be happy. Everyone has the right to be happy and find the joy within their life. So today, sit down and start writing out your thoughts. Start writing out those negative thoughts. Start writing out those doubts, and start swapping them around in your mind. And pattern interrupt, I'll add that video into the description as well, because that helps explain how you do this on a day-to-day basis. Thank you very much for listening. Any advice